Have you ever felt like you're a total mystery, even to yourself? I think we all have. And to really understand who we are, well, you kind of need a map. Turns out, about a century ago, the brilliant psychologist Carl Jung gave us one of the most detailed maps of our inner world ever created. So, yeah, let's dive right in. I mean, it's the biggest question there is, right? Who are you? You might answer with your name, maybe your job, some of your personality traits. But what if all of that, what if that's just the very, very beginning of the story? Jung was convinced that our conscious identity, the you that you think you are, is just the tip of the iceberg. He actually charted these vast, hidden territories of the mind that are running the show, beneath the surface, shaping our lives in ways we almost never realize. So every journey on a map needs a starting point, right? A little you are here marker. For our inner world, that starting point is what Jung called the ego. The ego is basically that voice in your head that you identify as me. It's like the CEO of your conscious life. It's the part of you that gets up in the morning, goes to work, and deals with the world. And look, the ego is absolutely essential. We need it. It's built from your memories, the roles you play, the stories you tell yourself. It gives you a stable sense of who you are. The problem only starts when this one little part of the map mistakes itself for the entire world. When it says, this is it, this is all I am, and totally ignores all those vast, uncharted territories. And that right there brings us to our first step off the beaten path and into the unconscious. We're entering what you could call the Shadowlands. It's the home of all the parts of ourselves that we've pushed away or disowned. The shadow is pretty much our psychological blind spot. Think of it like a bag we carry on our back. We throw everything in there that our conscious ego has rejected, all the traits, impulses, and feelings we think are unacceptable, embarrassing, or just not me. And the way it gets formed is so simple. Think about it. As a kid, maybe you were told nice children don't get angry or big kids don't cry. Well, that anger or that sadness doesn't just poof, disappear. Your mind, wanting to be loved and accepted, just shoves it down into the darkness of the unconscious. It gets exiled to the shadow. But here's the thing. What's hidden doesn't stay hidden forever. The shadow, it leaks out. It shows up when you have a wildly oversized emotional reaction to some small comment. It's that thing called projection, where you just cannot stand a certain trait in someone else, mostly because it's secretly your own. But, and this is so important, the shadow isn't all bad. It can also hold amazing, positive things, like a creative talent you were told was a waste of time, just waiting for you to find it again. Okay, so let's go a little deeper now. Past the shadow, we find another really fascinating part of Jung's map. These inner figures he called the anima and the animus. So Jung noticed that within every man, there's this unconscious feminine energy, the anima, and within every woman, an unconscious masculine energy, the animus. Now, it's really important to get this right. This isn't about stereotypes or gender roles. Jung saw masculine and feminine as universal energies we all have, things like logic and intuition, assertiveness and emotional connection. The key is to get them balanced. And here is why this matters so much in our everyday lives. When we're not aware of this inner other, we go looking for it out in the world. We project it onto a partner. We fall in love not with the actual person, but with the missing part of ourselves that we suddenly see in them. It's that whole you complete me thing instead of working to become complete within ourselves. Okay, so we have the ego, the shadow, the anima, and animus. Where is this map actually leading us? What's the final destination of this journey? Well, Jung called it individuation. It's the path to wholeness. Individuation really is the ultimate goal on this map, and it's not about becoming someone new or better. It's about the courageous, lifelong work of gathering up all these scattered pieces of yourself, the conscious parts and the unconscious parts, and integrating them to become more fully and authentically you. The path is pretty clear, even if it isn't always easy. It starts when you admit that your ego doesn't have all the answers. Then you have to turn around and face your shadow, owning the things you've rejected. After that, you work to balance those inner energies so you can be both strong and sensitive. And finally, you learn to listen to messages from your unconscious, a lot of times through things like dreams. And this, right here, might be the most important idea of all. A whole person isn't a perfect person. Not at all. A whole person has simply stopped fighting with themselves. They know their darkness, they embrace their contradictions, and they are more complete because of it, not in spite of it. Just think about it in your own life for a second. Have you ever been completely, unreasonably annoyed by something someone does? Well, according to Jung's map, there's a really good chance you're just seeing a quality in them that's actually a disowned part of your own shadow. Or how about this one? That feeling of an intense, almost magical romantic connection, where it just feels like someone is your missing piece. Yeah, that could very well be the projection of your unconscious anima or animus. You're not actually seeing them fully, you're seeing a reflection of your own hidden potential. Ultimately, Jung's map doesn't lead us to some treasure on a distant island. It leads us right back home, to ourselves. The journey isn't about fixing our flaws to become some perfect ideal. It's about integrating every single part of who we are, leaving us more conscious, more balanced, and truly, finally, whole.